Welcome to Storylabs Language. This is the Storylabs app, free in the App Store, and it comes with these stories in all these languages so that you can see what it's about. I'm clicking on Spanish. You'll notice at the top it's called a short story or a skit. Now this story is meant so that it's easily reenacted in a classroom, so that with your students you can take your characters and switch out their names and where they live and what they like and where they go using the same structures, and then they're interested in what's going on. It's a little bit goofy, and it's meant to be so that they can add their own humor and interest inside of it. But this is the guide, and the students should be reading this a couple times a day, like practicing an instrument. They're going to want to choose the language that they are studying, so I just clicked on Spain. They can change the rate that it's read in with this button, and also the text size with the buttons on the sides. And then they click the center button to have it read to them out loud. Click on the upper right hand corner, the Learn button, and we're going to start with vocabulary. And you'll notice it's a Quizlet set, and the 1 just means that the picture is near the target language. So they can go on and say, there we go. They can hear how it's spoken in the language by clicking the icon, the audio icon at the top of the card. Also at the very top in the blue bar, there's 3 lines. And this is where they could have the audio on all the time and choose what to answer with. And when they go back, they can choose another activity to do. The next one is the games. You'll notice that the text-only box, I'm unclicking it, is so they can read the story without the pictures and see how much they can remember of what it means. Then I'm going to click on the memory game. If you don't know how to play any of these games, you can just click on the question mark in the upper right-hand corner, and it will give you instructions. Also at the bottom, you can turn the text-to-speech off or on so that it can read it to you. You can click on 2 players, and you can choose as many pairs as you want. And you're trying to match the Spanish with the English. The premium content is generally the story in full sentences written in both Spanish and English. There's also comprehension questions. So we don't always want this to be available in the app just because we want them to be able to understand the language. But if this helps, that's a great thing they can use. But you go to Quizlet to buy it. The same with Boomerang. They can speak with any of our featured speakers. They're native speakers in different countries. There's a whole bunch they can choose from. And they can see a better version of that when they log into the app. And you'll notice the school code is right here. That's the school code for Storylabs. So you go here to log in. And when you speak with them, you will be on your computer, but you could tour the site. The retell is just the pictures with the story to practice retelling in your own words. You don't need to tell it perfectly. In fact, it's better that you don't. We're not going for memorization, but rather comprehension. This is our community where you can retell the story and listen to others doing the same on Flipgrid. And finally, if the teacher wants proof that you have read it, you can summarize the story in Spanish or English, whatever is asked for, and export it in the upper right-hand corner, which will email it to whomever you choose. I'm going to click on the upper right-hand corner to go back to the reading. And now I'm going to go back to show you a different book. Now every book has a different set of activities that go along with it. La Chica Nueva doesn't have the pictures with it. I'm clicking on the Learn, but it does have worksheets, which the other ones don't have. So you'll notice, I'm going to the worksheets section, that it has some activities you can do with the story and some questions you can ask yourself, as well as this worksheet with a vocabulary that gives the verb conjugations. So each book will be a little bit different depending on what the author wants to provide. In our bookstore, in the bottom left-hand corner, let me go back and show you. So we have a whole set of classrooms, and this is so that teachers can put their material in the apps of their students, and the students don't need to purchase it. So I'm going to click on the settings button on the bottom right, and you'll see that I'm logged in as bwenzel at Gmail. Now when I log into our website, which is storylabs.online, I will need to log in with the same email on both sites in order to get the content that the teacher has put into my account. And teachers can buy accounts on our website at storylabs.online. And if that's the wrong email, you just click on the log out on the bottom right. So now let's go to the bookstore. These are all the stories we have available in English. You can preview them by clicking on them. And then let's look at Spanish. We have level 2, level 1, and short stories and novels. Now this Conexiones right here, this book, is your best deal because it has all of these stories up here. The Jaguar, the Virgin, the Flag of Mexico, all of these are included in that Conexiones book. These little skits with the Spanish bar on the right, these are all stories for classroom reenacting. So there's a variety of things you can get in here. This story right here is a fun story. It's 4 chapters, and it's written by Alicia Quintero, and it's a cute little thing. So it's more of a novel. So I hope you go on and see what it's all about, and we hope it helps you.